With the seasons comes lots of structural, physiological, energetic, and neurological challenges or changes. So I always find it to be a good idea to have and to teach sequences for a period of about 2 weeks that focus on making us more durable for these transitions. So we're going to start with the supine knees side to side. Start on the floor, legs together, heels on the top of the ball. Make sure that there's space between the back of your thighs and the ball. Reach your hands opposite one another, your nose up to the ceiling. Move the ball side to side. So you're rolling across your SI joints to the outside of your hips. As you're doing that, there's tension on the outside of your legs and thighs and hips going into this area. So we're actually tackling the gallbladder and liver meridians while we're moving side to side, where we're wringing out our kidneys. So increase the tension and then release the tension. So not only does that help blood move through the kidneys, it also helps our lymph move from our lower body to our upper body, where it returns to the main circulation. Let's move our head opposite our knees. And as we're doing this, our rib cage is rolling around, or our torso is rolling around on the undersurface of our shoulder blades. And as my knees go to the left and I reach my right arm out, I'm feeling the tension on the front of my shoulders. It's going to facilitate the movement of lymph. But in addition, we're helping the lung meridian. And we're also moving that rib cage around the undersurface of our shoulder blades and freeing up what is oftentimes locked up. That's going to help our lungs. So there's a lot of positive physiological things that happen when we're doing this kind of rotational movement. All right, so now we're in this position and we're going to now move in a sagittal plane. The kidney meridian runs from our feet through the inside of our leg right up the front to under our collarbones. And we're going to tilt and just roll up just a little bit and then slowly lower down. Now there's a lot of back stiffness that happens when the seasons change. In general, there's a good amount of joint stiffness that we see. You know, is it because of stasis? Is it because of dehydration? Is it because of, immune changes? Because the immune system is oftentimes quite taxed at the seasonal changes, particularly spring and fall. So as we tilt and roll up, it's just little movement, but it's very important to mobilize what's happening in our low back and in our lower abdominal area. From here, we're going to come out of this position and we're going to go into one of our favorites, kind of a standby for us, is the frog rock. Front of your chin on the ball. And we're rocking forward and backwards. And this is a great exercise for improving the tone of our autonomic nervous system. We do it in multiple ways, but let's just think about the tracks that run down along our spine of our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. And then as we rock forward and we have the weight of our head lengthening our spine, we have an opportunity to help our brain stem that houses most of the cell bodies of our cranial nerves. Also, this upside down and back movement helps with the vestibular system, the cerebellum. Cerebellum and the vagus nerve are so closely connected. in driving autonomic, parasympathetic, which is rest, repair, rebuild, and I love create. And our vagus nerve carries a lot of our parasympathetic. So that's going to drive our respiration, our heart rate, and our digestive function, as well as any of the urogenital functions as well. And you can enhance this by rocking back, hug the ball, and do little squat jumps. And then rock forward in little push-up jumps. And from here, we can go right into squat into overhead reach. So I'm going to go grab a bell. All right, so go into a squat, press your feet into the floor, drive your thigh bones into your hip sockets, pressing your sacrum into the ball, straighten your legs, lowering your head and your spine onto the ball, and then hollow your abs to bend your knees. And then we're going to breathe in, taking advantage of the rebound of the fascia from the front to the back, hollow, and exhale. And just notice that as you straighten your legs, the amount of tension that you're building up on the front in a good way, again facilitating, helping the kidney meridian that runs from the bottom of your feet to up your legs, parallels right along the front to under your collarbone. And then we're going to add the reach, breathe in and reach. And also notice how this lengthening and then coming back down moves the fluids in our body, blood, lymph, even our acupuncture energy, our chi, flows through our meridians. Right, so really reaching out and feeling the fascial tension from your toes to your fingertips be uniform, and then hollow and exhale and just notice the change in it. Great, one more. And come out of that and kneel behind the ball. And we've just reached back. Now we're going to do the wave, so now we're getting flexion into extension. Let your head dangle, drag your chest along the floor, and notice what's happening to our low back. Then we tilt. So our back went from arching in one direction to arching in the other, and I'm going to drive the base of my rib cage back right at the location of my kidney. So I'm going to increase that tension, and I let the weight of my head lengthen my spine from the middle of my back up. And then again, we're going to drag our chest, so we're arching. It's like a very modified cat-cow. It's very specific about where we arch from the direction that we arch in. So as we drag our chest, we are using the weight of our head to allow us to arch our back. And then we tilt, and it's arching in the other direction, but we're directing the bottom of our rib cage away from us. So we increase that tension, and you'll notice the change, like the lengthening in your low back as you do this. We're going to do one more. And tilt and roll up a bit, really directing our kidneys away from us. Okay, now we're going to sit on top of the ball. Taking advantage of our pelvic floor, which is tied in intimately with our autonomic nervous system. All right, so we're just going to do a few gliding across the top of the ball in what I call skater. And as we go side to side, not only are we getting the lymphatics and the acupuncture points on the outside of our leg and thigh, we're also bringing in our pelvic floor as it lengthens and rebounds. Keep your feet pointing straight ahead. And you might notice that this lengthening and rebounding of your pelvic floor supports the hollowing of your abs and your torso lifting, and just notice your breath coming easily. All right, so now we're going to end just by bouncing on top of the ball in the plie position, and we're going to activate some of our cranial nerves by slowly breathing in through our nose for a count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale for 10 and hum while you exhale for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swallow. Circle your tongue on the roof of your mouth 3 times in one direction. Change directions. And shrug, release, shrug, release, shrug, release, shrug, release. And just slowly dampen the bouncing. And you're getting prepared for the change of seasons. You notice that your breathing is just coming easily and very full and full body. So enjoy it.